Well, this is the stupidest fucking thing that I've seen in a very long time. Ilhan Omar has been voted 2019's Anti-Semite of the Year by StopAntiSemitism.org. This is reported on by the Jerusalem Post. It says the poll, which started at the end of 2019, included Omar as one of the top 3 nominees, alongside Louis Farrakhan and Richard Spencer. This is a fucking meme if I've ever seen one. So, check out this tweet. It says, Mazel Tov to Ilhan Omar and being named 2019's Anti-Semite of the Year. Thousands voted, and the freshman congresswoman came out on top as the most vile Jew hater. America cannot afford leadership that perpetuates hatred against the Jewish people. That's what it says. So this is fucking hilarious. So it says they have a video that includes like this list of shit, okay? So one, it says, accusing American Jewry of possessing dual loyalty. Now, Jewry is already a weird word, but saying that this is totally taken out of context is what I find hilarious. So if you look at the tweet, she says, our democracy is built on debate, Congresswoman. I should not be expected to have allegiance / pledge support to a foreign country in order to serve my country in Congress or serve on committee. The people of the 5th elected me to serve their interests. I am sure we agree on that. So here she says, I should not be expected to have allegiance / pledge support to a foreign country in order to serve my country in Congress or serve on committee. What does this have to do with Jewish people, or for that matter, anybody else's allegiance to any other country? There's none of that, and she even says it literally here. It's hilarious. So she literally responds to it here in this thread. I've not mischaracterized our relationship with Israel. I've questioned it, and that has been clear from my end. I am told every day that I'm anti-American if I'm not pro-Israel. I find that to be problematic, and I'm not alone. I just happen to be willing to speak up on it and open myself to attacks. And, she goes on here, and someone basically says, but the point is that by accusing Jews of doing that, you are implying they must have dual loyalties to support Israel. That's a problem. It's simply not true. No more than I would accuse you of having dual loyalties for supporting Palestine. And then Ilhan says, I have not said anything about the loyalty of others, but spoke about the loyalty expected of me. There is the difference. So there's a loyalty expected of Ilhan Omar, that because she's an American congresswoman, she has to give Israel a pass. She has to be, nonstop a supporter of Israel, and if she's not, she's an anti-Semite. So they completely took this out of context and just made this shit up. She never said that at all. There's not even an implication of that. There's an expectation from everybody else in the United States that she has to pledge allegiance essentially to Israel and just allow Israel to do whatever the fuck they want. If it's bombing little Palestinian children and preventing them in Gaza from getting chemotherapy for kids with leukemia, gotta give it a pass, you know what I'm saying? So it's fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So that's a fucking bullshit. Alleging that Jews buy their influence with money, infamously stating it's all about the Benjamins. I know it hurts your feelings or it may be sensitive or some shit like that, but I hate to break it to you, but the influence that AIPAC has and the pro-Israeli lobby has in the United States is so fucking massive that President George H.W. Bush felt like a little man against all of the fucking AIPAC lobbyists who came in when he told Israel he was going to freeze their loan guarantees if they didn't continue, if they continued to expand settlements. So, it's pretty fucking powerful, okay? And it's evidenced by literally what happened to Ilhan Omar. She does like the most tepid criticism, and boom, she's all of a sudden this anti-Semite and blah, 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 blah. So another thing that's completely fucking made up. And by the way, the entire fucking political system is bought with money. Accusing Israel of having hypnotized the world. Now, that's a tweet from her during the bombing raid where, according to a UN report, there was actually 90+% civilians that were killed in Netanyahu's bombing raid, and she said that they hypnotized the world. So from her perspective, if you're watching this bombing raid of 90% civilians in the summer, which is super fucking brutal and just super cruel and fucking disgusting, and she says they've hypnotized the world, and in essence, hey look, these fuckers are bombing the shit out of little kids, and nobody seems to give a fuck. They've literally hypnotized the world. I just find that insanity, dude. How do you not understand that situation? Supporting the anti-Semitic boycott, divestment, and sanctions campaign against Israel. BDS is not anti-Semitic. It's saying, hey, Israel, stop fucking committing war crimes, you stupid fucking idiots. Submitting a resolution in the House of Representatives comparing boycotting Israel to boycotting the Nazis. I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Having her anti-Semitic statements endorsed by infamous neo-Nazi David Duke. This is fucking stupid, obviously. She has no control over what David Duke says. It's the same reason why we don't use David Duke being a fan of Tulsi Gabbard seriously. She doesn't have any choice in that. And her comments are not anti-Semitic even in the slightest. So it's completely fucking bullshit. But this is so disgusting, man. And honestly, we have a long way to go in terms of being able to do this. Now, if Ilhan Omar was, a white guy, maybe it'd be a little bit different. I'm not sure. I mean, surely her being a brown Somalian immigrant, is going to change a lot of people's perspectives on this. But we've got a long ways to go until we can be in a situation where you can criticize Israel without being anti-Semitic. Because if you point out AIPAC and the power of the Israeli lobby in our political system, you're an anti-Semite. If you support BDS because Israel is committing war crimes on the daily, you're an anti-Semite. If you criticize Benjamin Netanyahu for being a racist, which is what he is and a killer, you are somebody who is an anti-Semite. And so that is somewhere that we need to get to where the conversation shifts. We're not there yet. But, there were some people like Geraldo, who had came out. I was like, what the fuck, dude? This is bullshit. In terms of, the criticism of her. But we've got a long ways to go, folks. But this is super laughable. Fuck them for this. I mean, this is so insanely stupid. She's not anti-Semitic against Jewish people. Not at all. And it's such an asinine thing to state.